Hello everyone. Today we are going to start the next poem of English literature, that is Nature is What We See, written by Emily Dickinson. So, the poet in this poem is trying to describe the qualities of nature. The poet says that nature has many things that people don't even realize. They don't even value the nature and feels that how special it is. The poet has divided this poem into three parts. In first part, the poet describes all the beauty of nature that we can see through our eyes. In second part, the poet has described all the wonderful sounds that nature has given us. And finally, in last one, the poet is describing about the importance of our mutual well-being. So now let's begin with the poem. Nature is what we see. The hill, the afternoon, squirrel, eclipse, the bumblebee. Nay, nature is heaven. So, in this paragraph, the poet is comparing nature to being as amazing as heaven and basically the prettiest aspect of earth. This is because the poet wants humanity to see the beauty and diversity that nature has offered. She is trying to explain that spending time in nature makes you peaceful and everything around you peaceful as well. Then again, the poet says that we all are surrounded by nature everywhere, whether it is big as hill or as small as squirrel. But in spite of being surrounded by nature everywhere, no human act or skill could reach even closer to the perfection of nature. Nature is simple and brilliant, and wisdom is nothing in front of it. There is no way we could duplicate or record it in our arts or thoughts. Because nature is very simple. We can only enjoy nature but cannot capture it in any art form, as the beauty of nature is something we cannot touch to copy. Now, second para. Nature is what we hear. The bobolink, the sea, thunder, the cricket. Nay, nature is harmony. Then she draws auditory contrast by putting sounds from tiny to vast bodies. She first describes about the voice of a small bird. Then she gives sea as an illusion to infinity that reaches to sky. And in next line she puts the sound of thunder and a minute insect, that is cricket, side by side. She suggests that the big and the small, the dark and the bright, together form a heavenly harmony called nature. She points at the vagueness of a wisdom that fails to understand the nature even in its simplicity. Now, the third para. Nature is what we know, yet have no art to say. So helpless our wisdom is to her simplicity. So, in last para, the poet compares nature to the heaven, which suggests that both are mysterious and impossible to describe. So important, a wisdom indicates that humanity lacks the ability to understand the powers of nature, even suggesting that humans are too busy to care about the insignificant things that nature presents. There are no words to describe the mysterious of nature. She seems to say that humans do not notice the simple thing in life or they tend to ignore them. In the end, her line, "Nature is what we know," reflects on the notion that nature is powerful, mystery, and it will always remain indescribable. Thus, we can say that the poet is describing about the nature as mysterious, magnificent, and inexpressible. So I hope that everyone have understood the meaning of the poem.